This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Hello everybody! Welcome to the Stanley Parable. I believe this game first came out in 2013, but they made an Ultra Deluxe version for consoles sometime this past year. And I figured I'd give it a shot. So we're just gonna follow the story and see what we got.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
They are gone.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
GA14F1 Partition Core. Partition Core. Love it.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, man. Left the computer on. How dare you. Running up the electricity bill. Yeah, there's nobody here. They know what they were doing. I love that. Okay, well, nobody here.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. .413's got a office. He left the computer on. Let me get in there. I need to go turn off that computer. Also, it's very bright outside. I'm very concerned about that.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
R.I.P. Franz. Or Franz? Is it Franz or Franz? I don't know if that's an A or an O. I don't know. Meeting room, floor 4XX. Group. Cabay planning. Weekly targets admin. Financial panic meeting. Boss's inspection. Ooh, legal. What to do about 432. Don't tell 432 about the meeting. Office party. Friday at 4. Got it. I'll be there. 8 bird. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Okay. It's over here. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Right next day's agenda. Reflect. Who am I? Employee 417 491 431 405 416. Jim. I am Jim. The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Get Chris out of the broom closet. God dang it, Chris. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Everyone is unique. You most of all. That's truth. That is truth. Synergize core value expenditures. Number of slides on the slide. Charts, slides, charts and slides. I love that graph. What is hot? Profits, 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 profits. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts, please, I'm begging. Appreciation specialist. That's what I need. I need an appreciation specialist. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Throw something in the ideas bin. 1, no more bin/trash cans. 2, renaming of the ideas bin. 3, firing of something. Firing of me? Firing at me? I don't know. Ooh, excuse me. Bunch of graphs. What's this one? What does that say? Puppy dog salary? Finally. Oh, there's that broom closet. Is Chris in here?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Wonder if Chris is the janitor. He just lives in there.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Upstairs. You got it. Light door. Is this the office? Executive bathroom? Heck yeah. Money in the morning, money in the evening. Money for breakfast. Money crisp. That sounds like a... whatchamacallit? Like a breakfast jingle. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Please eat responsibly. Cheers. Is your computer on? Good. Secretary be saving money. Oh, I guess I can't go in there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course,
I wonder what it could
Stanley
be.
couldn't possibly have known this.
Come on, line up. There we go.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Whole building
He
goes
stepped
into
the
nuclear
newly
lockdown
opened
just by putting
passageway.
in that code. Oh, this just got creepier. Anything over here? Anything hidden behind the wall? Oh. Oh? Oh, nothing. It's just an empty space. Okay. I see how it is.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I'm getting very big portal vibes down here.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the
Oh.
large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. Ooh, now I'm tempted. I don't know. I kind of want to see this through. Hello, Gladys. Is that a light? Oh, I broke the game. Found a bug. Lights.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Wow. You know what? Imagine playing Smash Bros on this giant TV rig. You got Falco over here doing all his air combos with Fox wave dashing out of Olimar's way or whatever, and then Sora's over here with Shulk and it's just smash attack. You'd have to have like office chairs set in the center so you can keep track of your character. Oh jeez. Looks like people worked up here too. What's this? I hate Mondays. Okay, Garfield. Cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Oh,
Their true
104
nature
got fired.
revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Good gosh. 601 got fired as well. That TV's broken up there. Pirate. Pirate.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh, geez.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working.
This
all of
one's
it
joy,
monitored and
this
commanded
one's
from this very
disgust,
place. And as
this
the cold
one's
reality of his
fear,
past began to sink in,
anger,
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again
content,
exert its
or
terrible
neutral.
power over another
I'll say
human life.
neutral.
For he
'Cause it's not
would
quite
dismantle
blue.
the controls once and for all.
1, 2. I said 2. Thank you. What in the world? I mean, it's offline right now, so. What's this? Console disabled. There's sadness. No, that's fear, right? I don't know. I lost track. Five. Mind controls idle. Awaiting input. What's that? I want to read that. What's that? That's nothing.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
And that's it. That's the Stanley Parable for you. Well, it's a good game. It's very enlightening. It helps you see that it's not always about the bad guys. Wait. We're not done yet. And I guess I can cut the act now. I have played this game before. The Stanley Parable has a plethora of different endings to it. That was the... I don't know what that one was called specifically. I want to say it was the true ending. But now...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now, we get to go through and find all the extra ones. I do know where plenty of them are. There are a couple that I still haven't gotten to, but I'm going to try and be as precise as I can. Not as precise, but as thorough.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Alright, so I guess in the next episode we're gonna go find some more. See y'all then.